Oh,
Wonderful. So this will now go on the YouTube channel, okay? So at the moment, when you record live, go live, it'll be whoever's speaking on screen on YouTube with side by side. Anyway, good afternoon. It's an absolute pleasure. And I must make sure I don't keep on making comments about your age, Jack, okay? All right. I know it's tedious. I know the man is 20. I'm 60. I'm three times his age, okay? So we're all just jealous of him because he's discovered the world of self-employed. He discovered the world of being his own boss at 20 years of age. And most of us would give our right arm to be 20 and discover it, I tell you. So, Jack, it's an absolute honor to welcome you this afternoon. How are you, sir?
I'm okay. Thank you. How about yourself?
Good, not too bad at all. Again, I must also not forget that even being so young, okay, all the older people are happy to be thrown in the deep end asking questions. But Jack, he's a mature young man. So, I'm going to ask you first of all, Jack, about your networking journey to date. How much networking have you done, and what does networking mean to you?
Um, I mean, I never really did too much. When I first kind of started out, the first one I kind of heard about was BNI through people. Joined there, then from there managed to make my way around to Zoco, where it's been a bit of a journey. It's nice because Zuko is a bit different compared to all the rest.
Yeah, and how important is Zuko? I mean, what do you think networking? What place does networking figure? Where does it fit into your business model?
I mean, at the moment, it's pretty much how I get all my work, just through referrals. Obviously, I'm working on getting other streams going, but it's just people see what I do and think, oh, I know someone who can help me out here, and maybe I need some content made, and it's
Okay.
everyone's really nice there. They're really supportive. So
yeah, well, that is the world of the self-employed. We are, because ultimately we all have exactly the same challenges. We are trying to find clients, keep them happy, and then invoice them. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. Kind of coming into self-employment, I thought it was going to be a lot different. I kind of came in with the mentality of just, as soon as I get a client, it's mine, and holding on and never sharing anything. And then as soon as I started networking, I was like, oh, this is, everyone's actually wanting to help you, and it's just weird for me. And then I was like, yeah. So
and of course, again, when you return into your age, you do have age on your side. So people, I mean, we do want to. I mean, we want to nurture you and look after you, and and help you. It's important, but I think it's great. I genuinely think it's great at your age. So why and how did you become self-employed, your own boss, rather than go out and find a job?
Yeah, that's a good question. I finished college, and everyone was like, oh, you might as well go to uni. And kind of, I didn't really want to, because education wasn't really my thing. And I mean, I'm much more of a practical learner, and I hate writing stuff and everything like that. So my course, luckily, that I studied at college was very practical, and we learned all about, different ways to film stuff, different ways to edit stuff in both like radio, TV, films, and documentaries, all of that. So yeah, from there, I then realized that the first couple of years at uni will pretty much just be recapping over that in a bit more detail. So I took a year out because I wasn't too sure whether I was going to just kind of go to uni or do something else. And then that year out, I didn't really do much. I just kind of looked at other ways I can improve. I didn't start my business then. I just did like a few odd jobs here and there to give me money. And then I realized that I still don't want to go to uni, and I wanted to try and make it on my own, because mainly just to prove everyone wrong. I mean, my family were just like, oh, you might as well go, you'll have a laugh. And I know I would have fun there. It's just I didn't want to be doing essays and stuff like that. So I just thought I'd start up, see what happens. Again, I thought I have age on my side of, if it doesn't go well, then I've got hopefully many years ahead. And that's pretty much how it started.
I mean, and your parents, are they both kind of entrepreneurs, self-employed, or are they employees?
They are employees. My dad had a brief bit of doing like freelance stuff, and then he went back to doing kind of employee stuff. So yeah, they're both they both don't have their own company. So that's,
And yeah, I mean, obviously, they support you. I mean, you're living at home, but it's a great business. And what you do, obviously, we talk about it in greater depth, videography and photography. I know you don't, because I will put the link to the Zuko film, which Jack produced, and it's great. And Jack has got some high end stuff. But again, you can make a decent film. I know people with your smartphone. And so the whole industry has turned on its head. One of your questions you sent me, which I love, I'm going to start with, okay, just to throw it in the deep end. So challenges. What challenges did you face along the way, Jack?
Well, my main one is I don't know many people. Right. That's like my main thing when I first started. I literally just kind of came in, and my friends, they don't need any of my services. They don't, like, someone my age doesn't need a kind of video or any photos for their business, because they don't tend to have businesses that need that. So my target audience was people who I physically don't know, and I didn't know how to get in contact with them. So that's where networking's helped. And then there's the whole learning experiences of having to learn what an invoice is. I didn't know that. I was like, how do I get paid? I did a job and was like, what now? Do you send me money? And yeah, so that was all. There's been loads.
Again, it's presumably finding out what the clients want, because it's okay you thinking what they want.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah.
Yes, when someone doesn't know what they want, but then halfway through they suddenly do know what they want, and you're like, okay, let's change a few things up. But yeah, that's where I've had to learn myself. I realized that instead of me saying, oh, they don't know what they want, I need to then push them and say, get on many calls with them and just say, okay, do you want this kind of style? Do you want this? And instead of me saying, give me options, I'm then trying to give them options and give them ideas so that they can then get the best possible content that they want and need.
Okay, so let's talk about your well, I think probably one of your first clients, one of your earliest clients, the very enigmatic Darren Bartlett. Okay,
yeah,
who's one? He's your presumably one of your biggest clients. Tell me about tell everybody about the films you produced for him, and how long they last, how long they take to do, and what they're for.
Tell you what, I'll take you back to our first one. So I met Darren through. It's quite weird how I met him through. I was on a BNI call over Zoom down in the New Forest, and then because he was a part of the Keller Williams network, someone down there knew him and that he was doing videos and stuff. So then they put me in contact, but obviously I didn't realize that then he was living so close and everything like that. So yeah, I met up with him. We had a call. We met up for a drink. He showed me this kind of stuff that he wanted. I was like, yeah, sure. I'd never done any real estate stuff. And so our first few, they were quite difficult because I didn't have, there's like a different lenses that I would get them out and show you, but you'd probably bore you. So there's different lenses. There's like a wide angle one, which makes everything look a bit bigger. And I needed to then get that, but I didn't realize that at the time. And then there was like the flow of it was a bit off. We hadn't quite found what we kind of wanted to capture in the video. So kind of going into the house, now at the moment, I can go into the house and just think, okay, we don't even plan, and we just get there and we go, we'll do this. Whereas before I was a bit nervous and I was saying, do we do the bedrooms first? No, because we want to start downstairs. We want it to be like we're kind of walking in. And so the first few, they didn't go to plan. And then one day it just kind of clicked, and it went really smoothly. So now we work at least a couple of times a month. Doing all of his property videos. They usually take 3-4 days in terms of, so one day for the shoot, and then the rest of the time to edit it and look through it all.
Quite a long time, so,
yeah, I mean now it depends on the size of the house as well. Usually it takes 1 to 2 days if it's a smaller house, but yeah, it's nice because I know exactly what he wants now. Because we've been working for so long. I know that he wants to have that little intro, the kind of shots that he wants to see. So instead of having, and the thing about houses, you can't plan them really. You can't really go into a house before, like example, if you were selling your place, you wouldn't want to have a 20-year-old videographer knocking on your door a few days before you're meant to have the video done, just say, can I have a quick look around? I want to plan it all. So it really just is you turn up on the day, you spend about half an hour planning, talking, just kind of firing around ideas. And yeah.
And the final video, how long is a final video roughly?
Again, it does depend on the size of the house and the kind of information that he wants to get out, but they're usually 3 to 4 minutes, about that. Okay. So they're not long ones, because he likes to do it as like a little teaser. And
and he uses them everywhere and anywhere, doesn't he? Instagram, Facebook, and wherever. Yeah.
That's the good thing about him. He's everywhere.
And how does he come and show us, Jack? How does he end all his videos, his script? What does he do?
Oh, so that was in our first one. He kind of does that whole outro saying that he wants to hear from you if you like the property, or if there's any properties that you want to sell. And on the first video, I think he just got a bit excited, and he did like the kind of final thing, then he went cut and then left, and I thought it was quite cool. So I just left it in, and now he says cut at the end of
all
his video. Oh yeah, cut. Well, it depends. It did start out as a cut, kind of like he did do like the fingers, the cut.
Oh dear.
Because it was like that was like the first one.
Yeah.
So he wasn't too sure what it was going to do, and then it went to the scissors.
Oh, right.
Now it's the clapperboard.
The clapperboard, yeah. Okay, so it's videography and photography. I mean, what do you prefer? I mean, do you have a preference out of the two of
them? Videography is a bit harder, in my opinion, because I mean that's why it kind of pays more. So yeah, I think it's photography, like videography. I kind of studied and I know about it. The photography side of it was more, I was just kind of looking at through YouTube, and I came across a few people making videos on there talking about photography, and they did like it was quite cool. They got a GoPro and attached it to their chest, and they did a kind of POV video of just going around taking photos out on the street. And I really just seemed to like it. And from there, I just kind of taught myself photography. And for some reason, because usually you wouldn't think it, but videography and photography are completely, I mean, they're similar, but they're not the same at all.
Yeah. Oh no, well, I'm sure, of course. Yeah.
So it was weird how quickly I managed to pick up photography. I managed to pick that up in about six months to actually take the photos, then another 6 months to properly learn how to edit them. And
I'm not. We're not saying that photography is easy to learn at all. We're definitely not saying that.
No.
We're not saying that at all. We know it's a skilled craft that takes many years of hard work and dedication to all the photographers out there. I mean, when it comes to sorry.
For me, I just find it more relaxing, and I tend to do it more in my personal time than the videography, because especially with videography, in the sense of if it's a big project, you're then kind of watching it. It's like you have a favorite film. If you watch that favorite film 6 times within a day, it's not going to be your favorite film anymore. It's got to be. So that's with videography, you're constantly going over this, and it can take days, weeks, months if it's a massive project. And eventually then you start criticizing every little bit about it. So it gets to the final edit. It's like the Zoco video. It got to the final edit, and I was thinking, oh, there's different bits that I don't quite like about it. I might change this. And then that's the point where I've just got to say to myself, I'll send it over to you. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I think, as long as you like it, as long as you're happy with it, then yeah.
No, I'm very, very, very happy, and there's certain little quirky bits in it, very clever. I mean, particularly you mentioned the John Fuggles eye roll, which you obviously noticed in the film, and it does give it a certain feel, it's a great moment. I think it's a lovely moment, his eye roll. And obviously you've got Tim, very measured delivery, very clear measured delivery, and you got two women and one man speaking, which is great. Okay, I mean it's wonderful. I love it, absolutely love it. I mean not enough of me speaking in it, obviously, Jack. You know.
Yeah, I know.
There's none of me
I
speaking
thought
at all.
I just thought I tried to put my, like, if you were watching a video, you wouldn't want to see no offense, but you wouldn't want to see the head guy talking about it, because then you don't want it to seem like that they're trying to sell it to you. You want to speak to the members and actually see what it's all about.
Yeah. I mean,
So
I mean, you can't probably trust a head guy to be impartial and balanced, can you?
Yeah,
you know, absolutely. So, I mean, the films that you're making, I mean, I know, you know, social media is huge and stuff. I mean, do you have a typical client or a typical job that you're doing at the moment?
I mean, at the moment, it's just the real estate stuff. That's been my main, I mean, that, and I do a few things with cars. That's been my main kind of income especially over lockdown. They're just two like repeat business that I can keep on going back to. So they're usually the go-to. I get quite a few bits for promotional videos. They're always fun because they're always different.
Well, tell me about a promotional video. I mean, what kind of client? What have you been asked to produce?
Which one should I start? Yeah, so there's a lot of the time it's like high street shops kind of thing. So they want to show off. I mean, over lockdown, it's been that they want to show off that A, they're open, B, what products they sell, and then kind of if they have any offers, and kind of just showing nice shots of if they have a nice shop front and stuff like that. That tends to be the main kind of structure for them. And then obviously they were different in terms of the whole different transitions and all different shots and stuff.
And I mean, and things like weddings. I mean, could you do a wedding?
I could do a wedding. I have heard from a few of my friends, they tend to find weddings quite stressful, especially for videography. You know, yours would be a younger, more relaxed approach to it, wouldn't it? You know, it's all about just recording the day, recording the important moment, but adding a bit of fun to it at the same time. Yeah, I mean, I haven't done a wedding. I have done a funeral, which was a bit of a surreal. It's like the other side of the spectrum. But yeah, I mean, it would be the same kind of thing in terms of you don't want to get in the way. You're not really friends. You're not family. You're just there trying to capture it. Whereas, I mean, photographers, I know a few of them that just say no to weddings because it's so stressful. And if you don't have a good relationship with the bride and the groom, you need to know exactly what they want. Otherwise, then, I mean, it's their big day. They want everything to be perfect. If you come back with a video that's all shaky and filming the floor half the time, they're not going to be very happy.
I mean, the weddings, there'll be 700 films made on the day, won't there? Everyone's got a smartphone, so you know. Tell me more about the funeral. That's interesting. I've never thought about it. Funerals are, you know, why wouldn't you want to? I mean, my mum, bless her, she's in her late 80s, and she will. So, I mean, why wouldn't we want to celebrate and record the funeral? I never heard of that before. So, how long was the funeral film you produced, and were they happy with it?
Yeah, I mean, they were happy with it. It was about an hour and a half. I mean, yeah, it was because it was the peak of lockdown, and obviously that was when you could have 30 people go to a funeral, and they wanted it to be more. So this person had multiple kind of family and relatives all abroad who couldn't come to his funeral, which they were all really disappointed about. So yeah, they said to me, this is a bit of a weird request, but can you film a funeral? And I
don't see why. And so you were roaming around was it in a crematorium?
It was in a church. He was buried.
And the vicar, they were quite happy you to be there. You roamed around kind of discreetly, I'm sure. You didn't, cut out the way, please. No, whatever. You were quite,
Yeah, so I took two cameras. I had one at the back, kind of capturing everything, and then I was on the one at the front, kind of tucked away in a corner, just kind of getting everything else, and just kind of walking up the side, just out of the way of everyone, not making any noise, and
yeah,
just checking and everything.
I'm not making light of it. I know it's a very serious approach funeral, but you didn't interviews afterwards. How do you think that went? What do you reckon about that funeral? You know, I mean, the person who died was him or her a larger than life character.
Well, I mean, they sounded like they were. I didn't know them personally.
Yeah.
They sounded like they were a really nice person. I mean, I didn't bother with the interviews because everyone was just kind of spending time with each other and going for that. I mean, I managed to get the obviously people reading out about you know his life and kind of talk about memories and stuff. So.
And they got that forever. They've got that forever, which is great. I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So promotional stuff you've done. Obviously, you own the Zoco film. What's the end goal? I imagine the end goal is to become a multimillionaire with hundreds of staff and franchising a business the world over. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I'll take over the world. That's the goal. That's the aim. No, I think I mean, I was thinking about this the other day, like a little 5-year plan kind of thing. I just want to just get more clients kind of thing. It's this, I don't really have anything. I mean, I'm quite laid back. If whatever happens. Obviously I'm going to push and try and make sure that, you know, if I can bring one of my friends on after they finish uni, then I'd be more than happy to do that. You know, I've worked with other people. I've kind of had them under my umbrella for shoots where I needed to have a second camera. And yeah, it'd be nice to be able to bring someone else on and take the workload off of me.
And would you is it a slightly difficult question for you? I hope you understand it. Do you have a USP?
What? USP?
USP, yes. So why should people use you? What is your unique selling point? What's unique about Jack Bass film, other than the fact you're ludicrously young?
Well, I mean, yeah, there we go. Got young knees. I can do the ninja walk. It's the walk you have to do with to make it all steady and everything.
Nice, I like it. Oh, there we are. There's one of them.
There we go. That's that. But yeah, other than that, it's just I'm pretty laid back. You know, I try and keep you updated with everything. You know, if you're not happy with anything, then you can obviously let me know. I'm not going to get angry at you if for some reason people do that. You know, it's just, I like to think of it, instead of me doing work for someone, then I want it to kind of be more of a collaborative process. You know, it's at the end of the day, I'm making the film or taking the photos, but it's going to be for their business. It's they know exactly what they want, and if they don't, then I can help them realize what they want. And yeah, hopefully that will go smooth. It has been going smooth at the moment, so that's what I say is my selling point. Just trying to keep them all updated.
So you mentioned cars. You've got a bit of a passion with cars, have you? And tell me about cars.
So that was when I started. That was like my main kind of first few jobs, was taking photos of cars for a secondhand car dealership. And yeah, that was for MJA. There's one in Sunbury, one in Walton, stuff like that. And yeah, I just kind of went there. I just get to drive the cars to whatever location, take a few photos of them, drive them back. Something. Then from there, I then used that portfolio to contact people with like supercars and Ferraris and Porsches and stuff like that. Then I can take photos of them, and you know, hopefully the end goal for that is to be able to take pictures of new cars for, you know, people like Ferrari and Porsche.
And is that your dream to do more car stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to do more car stuff. I never used to have a passion for cars, but my oldest brother, he loves them. He's actually starting up his own business soon, where he's going to be buying classic cars and fixing them up and then selling them on, which he's done a few times. He's done, I think it was a 1970s Mini, I think. Yeah, he's recently sold that. He bought that up, put all the engine together. And yeah, so I'm hoping that he'll get me to take some photos of his cars. But yeah, other than that, it's just, you know, sports cars and everything. Yeah.
And we talked about Harlequins, because obviously you're a Harlequin fan because you're local, you're Twickenham based, aren't you?
Yeah.
So what are you hoping to do with Harlequins?
Yeah, so with that, I'm hoping to do a documentary, and yeah, just kind of, obviously they won last season, and I thought that was a pretty good feat.
Remind you, Jack, please don't get me wrong, but we are double English champions. The ladies and the men are both champions.
Oh, I didn't know that.
We're double English champions. It has happened before, but we are double English champions, men and women. Okay.
Love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the women's team is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I've been lucky enough to watch a few of their games while I've been working there, and
of course you work there like me, don't you? Of course you do. Yeah.
Yeah. And they're amazing. I didn't realize that women's rugby could be so like good, because it doesn't have the fan base. But I went there and
anyone would tell you that he has improved in the last 5 years at the scale.
I found myself shouting in the stands, and everyone was looking at me like, what?
I've got a great question here for you, actually. So someone put a question in, sent me a question. If you could shoot a music video for someone super famous, who would you want to do a music video for?
I don't know. I've done a few music videos, but they've all been,
please.
They've been mainly for like the kind of drill, grime kind of genre.
Love a bit of drill, yeah.
But yeah, I think I don't really mind who. I mean, I've got one coming up, but I don't really mind who I make a music video for. I just always wanted to do one that has a storyline, and by that I mean like kind of the music kind of is a story in a way, and it's like a little 3-minute short film almost. And I've always wanted to make a music video like that. So anyone who's anyone famous who's doing that'd be.
Are any of these videos available on YouTube anywhere? I mean, these, you know.
Yeah, so I've done 2 of them for the same people, and I'm working on one at the moment. One of them's on GRM, which I don't know if anyone knows. It's the it's like the kind of place for all the drill and grime kind of people.
Okay, and what is the name of the musical act that produces that sings his drill song, that produces drill music?
So the guy who I do it for, I can't say his real name because he's got a mask on and everything. So his persona is Genghis OTT. He's Genghis
OTT.
He's a nice guy.
Genghis OTT.
No, he's a really nice guy.
What's the song called? OTT. What's the song called that you produced? Do you remember?
So I've done one called Ed and Rummy, and then I've done.
Say that again.
Ed and Rummy.
Okay.
And then I've done another one called North of the Wall.
Okay.
Which was quite a cool one.
Okay. Oh, well, I'll check it out.
We got torches, like sticks, and lit them on fire and stuff like that. It was a cool one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What else?
Yeah. Then we got one more coming out.
Really?
So that'll be fun. Yeah.
So, I mean, what are the questions? Have you developed? Have you lit? Kim, great. So Kim Rain, she listens to loads of drill and grime. Not our choice. It comes blooming through the walls from my son's room. She says. There you go.
Get him on Genghis OTT.
Genghis OTT is the way forward. Yeah. I had a question. Yes. I had a question there that gone clean out of my head. Okay, so you got your videos. I mean, do you do a lot of websites? You know, they talk about how important video is in websites. Are you able to produce short videos to stick on people's websites? And on the technical side of things, do you get involved in helping them put it on the website, or you just produce the video itself?
So, I mean, I can produce the video and make it. I like to stay in my lane of, I don't want to do too many things. Yeah, I'm already doing videography and photography. I don't want to then start to get bumping shoulders with the web designers. But yeah, I mean, usually, if they need advice on how to get it on, I'm sure I can.
Yeah,
I can
keep members
give
of
them
the Zoco
some.
group. Absolutely, I can think of 2 or 3 members who can help you. Absolutely.
Yeah, but you know, if I'm not going to suddenly put it on for you, and you know,
No.
my advice is going to be completely friendly, and yeah, I'd obviously recommend someone to.
And it is possible. It's possible to make a very, very short film, isn't it? It doesn't have to be half an hour long. I mean, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I've done loads from, and yeah, I did a school production last week actually, and it was a hour and 10 minute little kind of video on. It was just their production because they couldn't have an audience in. And then I've obviously done the Zoco one that was about 2-3 minutes.
Yeah, about that. Yeah,
maybe. Yeah. And then I've done even shorter ones for literally 30 seconds, just action packed. And yeah.
Well, Jack, it's an absolute. I mean, I'm thrilled when you joined Zoco. I was very, very happy with the video. I mean, I barely noticed you on the day.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing.
Yeah, that's a good thing. You made me look kind of, you know, vaguely intelligent talking. You didn't hear me, but I was in my hand movements and pointing and stuff. And I said there's quite a lot of Alessandro. We should edit it out. Love Alessandro, but it's about 5 or 6 times. So you know.
Very photographic face, you know. It's just
exactly right. Yeah, what it must be. So Jack, I mean, I'm genuinely thrilled and really pleased for you that you grasped self-employment at such a young age. I can only hope and know that you'll go on to massive success. It's a great simple business that's basically unaffected by the internet. You know, you're producing something, you produce it for someone at a reasonable price. So, Jack, I mean, as I said, are you enjoying networking? You're enjoying the Zoco journey so far?
Yeah, it's good fun. I mean, I love the kind of friendliness and how different it is compared to everyone else's network and stuff. It's not just you sit there and you know you can unmute and tell a joke or something, and
exactly,
you know, it's fun.
Okay. Well, now, so have you got yourself a hook line yet? Do you end your 60 seconds with anything witty or funny yet?
No, I actually need someone to come up with me for me. Yeah, come up with something for me. There we go.
Oh,
but yeah,
there's an answer on the postcard, please. Jack Bass. He makes videos and photos. Okay. Good. Well, Jack, it's been an absolute pleasure, Jack. And I said, you know, thank you for joining Zoco. I love to have you on board. And I mean, we're local, so we'll have a meeting in Hampton Wick once a month. So hopefully that'll be regular. You're Twickenham based, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Twickenham, Hampton Wick, whatever. Okay, good. All right, well, thank you, Jack. Any closing words before I shut you off? Yeah, throw him under the bus, bless him. Was he frozen?
There you go. There you go.
Anyway, any closing words, Jack?
No, I don't think so. Just thanks for having me. And
the best way to contact you, Jack. Where's the best way to contact you?
Yeah, either email, phone call, or message me on Instagram. And yeah, good. Actually, there you go. That's something. You can follow me on Instagram while you're there.
Bass so, yeah.
At _Bass Films. Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay, Jack, thank you. I'll turn this off now. Stop the live stream there. Thank you.